Welcome to Tune in English. In today's video, we'll join two people having a simple conversation about how reading can help improve their English. Whether you're just starting out or want to strengthen your language skills, this will be a great way to practice. So let's tune in.
Hi, Alex. How's your English learning going?
Hey, Sarah. It's going okay, I guess. But honestly, I feel like I've hit a wall. I'm not improving as fast as I want to.
I know that feeling. Have you tried reading more in English? It really helped me when I was learning.
Reading? Like books? I mean, I've been focusing more on speaking and listening. I didn't think reading would make a big difference.
Oh, trust me, it does. Reading helps in so many ways. First, it expands your vocabulary. When you read, you come across new words all the time, and you get to see how they're used in context. It's way better than just memorizing words from a list.
That's true. Sometimes I see words in movies or when people talk, but I can't always figure out what they mean just by listening.
Exactly. When you read, you can take your time to look up words, and because you see them in a sentence, it's easier to understand how they work. Plus, you see grammar in action.
Grammar? Ugh, don't remind me. It's one of the hardest parts of learning English for me. There are so many rules.
I get that. But the cool thing about reading is that you start recognizing patterns without even trying. You see how native speakers naturally use grammar, and eventually, you'll start to pick up on it too. It's like learning grammar without studying grammar.
That sounds less painful. But isn't reading books too difficult for someone still learning? I'm afraid I won't understand most of the words and just get frustrated.
You don't have to jump straight into complicated books. Start small. You can read short stories, children's books, or even news articles. There are also graded readers, which are books designed for learners of different levels.
Graded readers? I've never heard of that.
Yeah. They're great because they're written specifically for language learners. The vocabulary is simpler, and the sentences are shorter. As your skills improve, you can gradually move up to higher levels.
That actually sounds doable. I guess starting with something simple wouldn't be so bad.
Totally. And it's not just about books. You can read whatever interests you. Blogs, online forums, magazines, anything. The key is to enjoy what you're reading so that it doesn't feel like a chore.
I like reading about technology and gaming. Maybe I could find articles on those topics.
That's a great idea. When you read about topics you care about, you're more motivated, and you learn faster because you're genuinely interested. Plus, it keeps things fun.
Okay, that makes sense. But how often should I be reading? I don't always have a lot of free time.
Honestly, it's about consistency. Even if you only read for 15 to 20 minutes a day, it adds up over time. The important thing is to make it a habit. You'll start to notice that your reading speed improves, and you'll feel more confident with the language.
That's good to know. I guess I could fit in 15 minutes before bed. But what if I don't understand everything in the text? Should I look up every word I don't know?
Good question. You don't have to look up every single word. Sometimes, it's better to try and understand the general meaning from the context. But if there's a word that keeps showing up, or if it's important for understanding the text, then look it up. You'll find a balance as you go.
That makes sense. So, it's okay to skip some words if I still get the overall idea?
Exactly. The goal is to keep the flow going and not get too frustrated. The more you read, the more you'll understand over time. Also, rereading something can help too. Sometimes, when you read a text again, you understand it better the second time around.
I hadn't thought of that. Rereading might help me catch things I missed the first time. So, is reading enough, or should I still focus on other skills too?
Reading is super important, but it's best to combine it with other skills. Like, if you read something interesting, try to talk about it with someone, or write about it in English. That way, you're practicing reading, speaking, and writing all at once.
That sounds like a good strategy. I could maybe even write a summary of what I read, or try to explain it in my own words.
That's a great idea. Summarizing helps reinforce what you've learned, and it's good practice for writing. Plus, it shows you really understood the material.
Okay, I'm convinced. I'll start reading more in English. Do you have any book recommendations for beginners?
Sure. If you like fantasy, you could start with something like Harry Potter. The first book is fairly simple and fun. But if that feels too hard, try something like The Little Prince. It's a classic and the language is easier.
I've heard of The Little Prince. That could be a good start. And maybe I'll try some online articles too, just to mix it up.
That sounds like a plan. Remember, the key is to enjoy the process. If you're having fun, you'll learn without even realizing it.
Thanks, Sarah. I feel a lot more motivated now. I'm going to start reading tonight.
You're welcome. Happy reading, and let me know how it goes. If you ever need help with anything you're reading, I'm here to help.
I will. I'll send you a message if I get stuck on a word or a phrase.
Deal. Good luck, Alex. You're going to do great.
Vocabulary. Vocabulary, the set of words known and used within a language. Context, the surrounding text or circumstances that provide meaning to a word or event. Consistency, regularity in behavior or quality over time. Gradually, in a slow, measured, and step-by-step manner. Motivated, having a strong desire or drive to achieve something. Recognizing, identifying or acknowledging the existence or truth of something. Eventually, at some point in the future. Ultimately, patterns, repeated or regular ways in which something happens or is done. Complicated, consisting of many interconnecting parts or elements. Intricate, reinforce, strengthen or support an idea, habit, or feeling. Thanks for joining us on Tune in English. I hope you enjoyed our content and learned something new today. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you won't miss future episodes. See you in the next video.